Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to do a general Aries to Pisces, and I'm really excited about this one because we finally have the table space for it. Now, pardon the angle. I know that the angle is not that great. The best I could do with the tablet and the lowest perspective so you could see the whole thing is what I've got going on right now. Next time I try this, I'm going to try a different setup with the tablet, maybe the phone. I haven't decided yet. And see what we can do, okay? But we're going to do the Ouija board spread with the Santa Muerte Oracle, okay? And hopefully you can see that. I know it's a bit dark over there. Didn't have places to put things. All right. So we're going to go Aries to Pisces. I'm going to timestamp this in the description box. I'm also going to do a little bonus at the end as well and flip over all the cards so you can see the layout, and we'll talk about each of the worlds that are contained. Because the way this works is every card laid out in order 1 through 32, flipped over, creates a Ouija board, okay? We're going to make this for your sun, moon, and rising. And hopefully you can hear me okay. I am standing, so I'm as close as I can be. I have to move around the table to capture all the timestamps and everything, okay? And I think we'll also make this for your Jupiter, your north and your south nodes, okay? We'll also make this for your ascendant, your part of fortune, and your Venus, okay? That's what this deck is really good for. I think that'll cover a lot of bases. So check all your placements. We'll just do a single card pull, okay? I get to show you how it's done. I'm excited. First things first, we're going to protect our space, because we don't want any spiritual shenanigans, right? I've already done a little prelim. This is usually what I do before I hit the record button for all readings. Just light some incense here. I have lavender and sage. Should cover all the bases. We cleanse our board, our makeshift Ouija board here. All right. I will also hit the chime. Avert your ears. I face east. I cast a circle round and about. Power stay in, world stay out. Pillar of light burning bright, earth star below, soul star above. Burn away all that is not light. Star vices descend, your blessing and peace without end. Grace us now with peace and protection, completely embraced by divine perfection. All right. That should be good. Hopefully the lighting is okay, guys. I'm going to take a sip. Get all that cleansed as well. And I've just got a little selenite pointer wand here. I'm going to attempt to hold it. That's how I'll do it. If it gets too cumbersome, I won't. So we'll go ahead and start with Aries, okay? Just one card. I'll read from the book. Keep it simple, all right? All right, Aries. So what I do, I've only done this one before, so I'm going to go ahead and hold my fingers over each card. Feel out which one is the right one. That one? Okay. So you have card number 22. I'm going to try and bring it as close to you as possible so you can see it, okay? Card number 22. I believe that is intellect, but we'll see here. This is what you'll need to focus on or be aware of, okay? The archetype of order seen by the 6th card can be expressed on the formation plane by human intellect. Here is the birthplace of language, the world of ideas, knowledge, where communication takes place and culture is generated. The intellect, much like the Solve, referred to the god Mictlantecuhtli, with its cutting action, analyze, fragrant, fragment, then recompose in a form of final synthesis. It directs and controls, but for this very reason, it can become an obstacle for expansion and dynamism. The advice of the dead: put instinct aside for the moment and analyze the situation you are in rationally. Okay? There you go. All right, Taurus with all those placements. I'm swapping out. Okay? It's a little easier to hold for me, okay? So here we go. For Taurus, Spirit. What's your guidance? That one? All right. Okay. You have card number 14. I'm trying to remember where the camera is so I can see it better. There's no winning on this one. There you go. Number 14, okay? And I'm still learning this deck myself, so bear with. You have Chalchilikwe, goddess of all the waters, lakes, seas, and sailors, as well as the goddess of beauty and fertility. She reminds us of how development and progress can only be possible if we view life as a benevolent river, a moving event, and not as something static. The flow expressed by love, which, if understood and allowed to run, allows Chalchilikwe to bring beauty and ardor instead of lightning and storms. The advice of the dead at this time: do not fight against the flow you are in. A river cannot be tamed with force. You must surrender to its current and use its strength as if it were your own. There you go, Taurus. Hope that helps. All right, Gemini. Spirit, what do you have for Gemini at this time, please? Oh, really? Okay. Immediately, right out the gate. I love it. Beautiful. You have this card right here, number 2. Okay. Hope you can see it there. All right. Love it when I can feel it immediately. Number 2, masculine. The first active, dynamic, and creative impulse that emerges from the darkness. This is the second card, second to the first, is no less than the fundamental force of the universe. The first push towards the outside, a channel of passage, both stimulating and vital, the desire to become and to evolve. This desire, however, cannot be satisfied because the energy, much like fuel outside the combustion chamber, is not yet structured, disciplined, and stable. The advice of the dead: your abilities are at their peak, but you need to focus better on your objectives, perhaps asking for advice from a masculine or paternal figure. Okay? There you go, Gemini. All right, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and all those placements. Any of those placements. All right, Spirit. I'd be guided to start from the bottom here. All right, what guidance do you have for Cancer at this time, Spirit? There may be a bit of a struggle, some stubborn energy here. That one? Okay. All right, you have card 21. Can you see it okay? Red and yellow is predominant. There may be some, and it almost looks like red and yellow are fighting each other. So there may be a battle between what's your root chakra oriented, something that makes you feel stable, as well as solar plexus energy as well. All right, let's see, 21. Instincts. Instincts represent the innate behaviors that are not the result of a learning process connected to intellect, nor to personal or emotional choices that derive from the energy content of emotions. Instinct is rather a force that taps into the collective unconscious and flows directly to will. It is something intrinsically connected to our desires, our true nature, our creativity, and sexuality. The advice of the dead: indulge the flame that you feel burning without repressing it, transforming it into your strong point with pride, and you'll obtain the results that you desire. So in a way, it's almost like this red and this yellow. These two characters look like they're fighting, but they could be coming to an agreement. So maybe a conflict can also be resolved within, an inner conflict. All right, there you go. Have a good one. All right, Leo, sun, moon, rising, all those placements, okay? Let me just fix this a little bit. Okay. All right, Spirit, what do you have for Leo at this time? What's the guidance? What to be on the lookout for? That one? All right. I felt cold, for those that are wondering. You have card number 19. Okay, 19 breaks down to a 10. 10s are endings leading to new beginnings. Okay. Memory. Memory is the capacity to conserve and recall information, emotions, and events by searching within our minds. It forms one of the bases of human knowledge, and it is fed by the sensory impressions left on us by what surrounds us, and will form the next material world of actions. Memory is also the function that allows us to recall our ancestors, the people we have loved that have left us, just like our past experiences. The advice of the dead: take advantage of the reserve of culture and experience that the people that came before us have accumulated. Okay, so that could indicate a new beginning in terms of learning something new about where you came from, either in this lifetime or past, right? Okay, there you go. Follow your other placements. All right, Virgo, sun, moon, rising, or any other placements I mentioned earlier, okay? Spirit, what do you have for Virgo at this time? Immediately felt that first card. Let me just make a roundabout. Yep, okay, first one out. All right, Spirit. Number 1. And it's really dark to see this card, so there you go. That's a little better. You can see the skull face there. Leave them right there. I believe this one's darkness. Yep. The occult center of the creative and inspiring will of the universe that has yet to be created, that is infinite, has no form, and is not differentiated. This card represents what there was before the Big Bang, simultaneously void and full, the end and the beginning, potential and latency. All is concentrated in a single point, waiting to receive the primordial impulse to manifest itself. For the ascetic or the magus, it represents the highest peak of attainable through meditation, a state of total vacuousness, a silence that can make the observer aware of the road to awakening. The advice of the dead: take a moment's pause, meditation, or study as you need to understand what form to give your energy and where to apply it. Love it. Love it, Virgo. Follow your other placements to get more clues, okay? All right, Libra, sun, moon, rising, and any of those other placements I mentioned earlier in the beginning, okay? get a good little cleanse in between. I know I'm holding selenite, but sometimes you need a little extra. All right, Spirit, what guidance do you have for Libra at this time, please and thank you? That one? Okay. Oh, beautiful. I believe this is the feminine card, number 7. You can tell by her lovely veil, her wrap around her face. While the masculine presented us with a primordial, active, and creative impulse that still has no form or direction, this card is complementary to it. A receptive, feminine basis, which, like a womb or cocoon, envelops the primitive energy, disciplines it, and stabilizes it by giving it a shape. This shape will consent its growth and evolution, but will inevitably give it mortality. The advice of the dead: take the necessary time to study and meditate before executing your project. Perhaps ask a feminine or maternal figure for advice. Love it. Go follow your other placements to get more insight there, all right? Bye. All right, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, or any of the other placements mentioned. It's a lot. Jupiter and North Node, South Node, all of them. Okay, all of them. All right, Scorpio, Spirit, what do you got for Scorpio at this time, please and thank you? That one? All right. All right, you have card number 13. Okay, I can see it all right there. Can you see it okay? Okay, good. Number 13. All right. Bear with me. This is an Aztec god I can't pronounce yet. Huitzilopochtli. God of the sun and of war, simultaneously benevolent but strict. In fact, just as the sun can sense life on earth, its excess can burn and kill. He can be considered a sublimated form of light, powerful and generous, but lethal if, like the little hummingbird that flies too near it, we do not keep the right distance from it, or if we exceed in arrogance and presumptuousness. The advice of the dead: proceed calmly along the path you have chosen, but without presumption towards the first goals you see in the light. Otherwise, the shadows you meet on your path will seem like darkened wells. All right, so take care, right? As you go along, take care. All right, there you go. Follow your other placements. All right, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and all the other placements too. I'm going to switch gears a little bit from selenite. I think I've tapped out its energy. So I have my little crystal quartz ball here, my sphere. All right, I'm just going to hold it in this hand. Spirit, what do you have for Sagittarius at this time, please and thank you? Wow, that's strong. All right, that works better. All right, you have card number 13. There we go. Ooh, I do believe Scorpio just got this too. I'm going to botch his name. It's a good option to practice. All right. Huitzilopochtli, god of the sun and of war, simultaneously benevolent but strict. In fact, just as the sun can sense life on earth, its excess can burn and kill. He could be considered a sublimated form of light, powerful and generous, but lethal if, like the hummingbird that flies too near it, we do not keep the right distance from it, or if we exceed in arrogance and presumptuousness. The advice of the dead: proceed calmly along the path you have chosen, but without a presumption towards the first goals you see in the light. Otherwise, the shadows you meet on your path will seem like darkened wells. Okay? Now, Scorpio may be significant in your chart or around you, external energy, okay? So let's just proceed with caution, right? And just beware of that arrogance, that presumptuousness, okay? That may be a factor somehow, all right? There you go. All right, Capricorn, sun, moon, rising, and any of the other placements mentioned, okay? There's a lot of them, I know. All right. For Capricorn, please, Spirit, what do you have? That one, okay. All right, you have card number 12. I'm trying to remember which god this is. Okay, let me see here. Oh, that's right. Okay. Pardon me if I botch his name. Sorry, buddy. Sorry, Tez. Okay. Tezcatlipoca. It's really long. Tezcatlipoca or Catlipoca. Okay. Polka. It's kind of fun to say. I just call him Tez because it's easier. Ancient god of the night, of war, of education and temptation. He is portrayed holding a mirror with which he kills his enemies, forcing them to face their contradictions and discordance. For this reason, he is governed by the archetype of chaos, but he is also capable of sacrificing himself. In fact, he lost a leg after using it as bait to attract the monster Kipatli, whose body was used to form the earth and human beings. The advice of the dead: assess in a period of pause and meditation what needs to be sacrificed to leave the chaos you find yourself in. You will thus be able to obtain great advantages from this new perspective. Okay? So whatever's in your energy are coming down the pipeline, all right? There you go. All right. Aquarius, sun, moon, rising, or any of those other placements. Jupiter, north node, south node, etc., etc. Okay? I'm just using my clear quartz sphere right now. Swapped from selenite. All right, Spirit, your guidance for Aquarius at this time, please. Okay, that one? All right. All right, you have card 20. Show it to you really quick before I put it down. Okay, there you go. Lots of blue. Your throat chakra may be important at this time. 20. Fraternity. No true evolution or progress is possible if we consider ourselves to be isolated from the world. This card encourages us to do any spiritual or subsequent material work in a state of solidarity and trust towards others. The primordial concept expressed by love must sediment in our minds so as to bloom and lead us to collaborate with others for a greater good. The advice of the dead: approach your work and your actions in a state of socialness and solidarity, perhaps starting collaborations with those you trust. Okay? There you go. Follow your other placements to see where else and what other guidance you can get and insight. All right. Bye. All right, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Jupiter, North Node, South Node, Ascendant, Venus, I think it was, or any of the other ones I mentioned in the beginning, all right? Spirit, what guidance do you have for Pisces at this time, please? That one? All right. All right, you have number 19. I believe this is the memory card. Okay. I forget who else got this earlier in the reading. Might have been Scorpio, so that might be a significant placement for you. I think it was Scorpio. All right, memory. Memory is the capacity to conserve and recall information, emotions, and events by searching within our minds. It forms one of the bases of human knowledge and is fed by the sensory impressions left on us by what surrounds us and will form the next material world of actions. Memory is also the function that allows us to recall our ancestors, the people we have loved that have left us, just like our past experiences. The advice of the dead: take advantage of the reserve of culture and experience that the people that came before us have accumulated. So this is a call to kind of tap into your ancestral connections for further guidance, okay? There may be something there that's important at this time, okay? There you go. All right, everybody. You get to see what the front looks like when it comes to laying out every card in this deck. You see what happens when you hit the back side of every. But when you flip them over, you have 1, 2, 3, all the way to 32. I'm just going to start by flipping over each world and reading about them so you can see them together, okay? And I've already done a deck review on this deck, so if you like this deck, this is just an extra, okay, that I didn't do with the deck review, okay? Since we're doing this spread, I have it available. I'm going to go ahead and do it now. All right, so 1 through 8 is there. All right, this oracle is made up of 32 cards, and much like the 4 worlds of the Kabbalah, I'm not going to begin to pronounce that. It is divided into 4 parts made up of 8 cards each, and each part refers to one of 4 different levels of reality. So this level of reality is called emanations. These first 8 cards represent archetype types, concepts, that is to say, those abstract, innate, and primitive concepts that form the basis and the origin for any material or immaterial form around us. Okay? Starting out with darkness, masculine, then chaos, then love, then will, then order, then feminine, and light. Okay? And I particularly love how they designed the cards for the next world as well, because as you will see, they all interconnect. You can see it okay, to play out one big scene. They all connect. I thought this was particularly brilliant. All right. All right. This world is the world of creation. It's to illustrate that the human being commonly attributes to archetype concepts of the emanations to understand them and use them, like symbols and signs in mathematics, or like divinities and gods in religions and cults. In this case, we have some of the main Aztec divinities, who are the roots of the cult of Santa Muerte. You have Tlaloc, And bear with me as I pronounce them, okay? Mictlantecuhtli, Mictecacquatli, his wife, Tezcatlipoca, Huitzilopochtli, I'm getting better at saying his name, Chalchilicue, Tlazolteotl, and Quetzalcoatl, all right? The feathered serpent. That is the Osiris of the Aztecs, just so you know, okay? All right. The next world is the world of formations. I did notice a lot of the signs got some of these, okay? Particularly what was in the center here, right? So that may be significant at this time, collectively speaking, okay? All right, here we go. The world of formations represents man's inner kingdom, the part of us, of our minds, that consciously or unconsciously regulates all our actions and is made up of our thoughts, emotions, instincts, and so forth. It starts out with the shadow, moves on to emotions and memory, then fraternity and instincts, intellect, unconscious, and flux, going with the flow, per divine will, right? Then the last world we have, and this is particularly beautiful. Let me move this up so you can actually see it properly. I have to smooch everybody. This too also connects into a scene. If you can see it all right. Those actually overlap a little bit. You see that okay? Mostly. It's like one big mural. I love it. And of course it starts out with Santa Muerte herself right here, and it ends with her over here as well. This is the world of action, okay? It represents the congealment of the previous three worlds, okay? Which is to say the material world and the way in which human beings find their place and act within it by way of their own choices, their own actions, and their own works. And we start the world of actions with birth, work, harvest, action, art, realization, celebration, and Santa Muerte, who represents death, of course, and rebirth and new beginnings. Notice how she starts and ends, just circles back. Down here you'll even see the staircases leading into the crypt, right? Leading to the other world, so you can be reborn again. I thought that was pretty clever. All right, there you go, guys. Just to show you the deck. Go follow all your placements, all right? It all pulls together, pieces together beautifully. And I hope to be able to do this again with a better setup too, okay? So you can actually not see it lengthwise. You can actually see it just straight up, and you can see it all together. All right? Have a good one. Bye.